supposed to make a conscientious decision at 12 years old that this ain't what I want. You know what I'm saying? He don't know this, you feel me? Because all he sees is repetitive system of what he been watching growing up. And the nigga say, what? We don't, if we go to the beach, we so fucking happy because we just got a bus ride a beach trip. We didn't get that shit.
That's a privilege.
That's a privilege. So a month, all we got is what I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? You go back to these goddamn projects, you know what I'm saying, and run your ass around these motherfucking highways. You feel me? And get your ass up and go to school. You feel me? And get chased again.
But
now,
that's still,
now, for some homies, right, who had a little more support system around them, maybe, or had
a stronger
personality, was able to break away. But I can count them on my motherfucking fingers. Do you get what I'm saying? And so for me, to go back to me, to really can speak for somebody else, for myself, I was like, that's things I never told you, so I want to talk about it later, but I'm going to share some of it now. You know what I'm saying? My pops used to whoop my ass for any goddamn thing.
Well, you ain't the only kid in America with this type of...
But you never know how the next person is affected.
Right. Got you. Speak your mind.
You know.
So did that make you feel like violence, like, oh, that's regular
I don't really
fight,
wanted to put this out
okay?
more, but listen, my pops would go overboard, champ. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm going to talk about that later. You feel me? But at this time, my mental, you get what I'm saying? My support system became my homies.
So let me, real quick, jump in and intervene with you. When you say, because I don't need you to go into depths, but when you use the word, he went overboard, do you, at some point, now that you're an adult, and you became a father?
Was never deserving.
Oh, you still feel that way?
Never deserving.
Even all the fucking up he was doing.
Because of where initiated, you gotta hear me out.
What you sending the parents
through.
I'm not defending. I'm just.
That came after the whoopings was already started.
Okay, got you.
You get what I'm saying? Then the nigga started really fucking up. Only the nigga getting a whooping because the nigga ain't cleaned up, or a nigga, you know what I'm saying, some shit like that. But then as a nigga getting older, now a nigga already fucked up. Now I'm ditching. I'm now and it's getting worse. And now the whoopings is coming because I'm doing this. Yeah, I'm fucked up already.
Oh, because now the older you get, you feel you can go out there on your own and be in the streets now.
You know what? I you know, like I said, I really like I actually talk about this in my book, but I'm gonna break it down.
No, it's just we just bits and little bits, and you don't got to really go into depths about it. I'm just
nigga
nitpicking.
My pops would you see you got a part of my pops that's different.
But I'm smart enough to know the strict side of it because I seen the exterior.
But
I know that
it was beyond.
It was like violent.
It was violent.
I would have to be there to know what you're talking about.
And you know, to the way I became to hating my pops.
Right, got you.
You know what I'm saying? So at one point, I didn't care about nothing because this was fucking me up mentally.
Because you were almost more scared to be at home than to be outside.
I was scared. I was like at a point where I was like, what the fuck, where the love at? What is this?
And just to jump in and intervene real quick.
And then he wouldn't let a nigga do shit, so it was like, man,
and that should be things that you touch on your show, particularly where you teach others, because there's a lot of people out there who gonna feel you, who are in your position, bro. You feel me?
I'm on that.
Because that shit is important. Because it all falls up under the mental awareness we was talking about.
Some stories that I ain't put out, you know, at this moment, we're gonna talk about later. You know, and I'm not ashamed to put them out and tell things that happen.
No, because that comes with growth.
But they gotta come over there to get that.
Yeah, right. It comes with growth.
And it's gonna actually it's testimonies about some things too. You know, but I feel like this, Al, because I had part of this in my book. I don't feel you should ever have to put your hands on your children. Because if you educate them right from the beginning, they're gonna follow your lead because you lead them. You a leader. Just like I lead my homies. Most majority of them, I ain't gotta do nothing to them because I'm already leading the way and they respect what I'm telling them. So these are my seeds, and if you interact with them in the moments and increments as they're growing, you should never have to put your hands on your kids.
So when you say that, that's interesting though.
Mm-hmm.
And when you say a parent should never have to put their hands on their kids, then
you didn't do your job.
So even on their moments of being a child and their choices of going out and fucking up and knowing that it's consequences behind their actions, you mean to tell me
it's your fault?
How's that a parent's fault?
it becomes his fault as he become an adult and continue on to make these.
No, we talking about
Listen to me,
adolescents. We
big
talking about
homie.
kids.
I'm breaking it down for you, champ. It's the parents' fault because this is where it starts in the home. You get what I'm saying? If your parenting is on point, then 9 times out of 10, it's just like producing a plant. If you nurture it and you take care of this plant and give it good water, you take care of it, it's gonna grow bear righteous fruit. You don't, the weeds gonna sit in and destroy it, right? So when you initiate your parenting, your kid 9 times out of 10 is gonna follow your lead, and you set them on that path and that course. They're gonna have some bumps and roads and obstacles, but they're gonna know how to continue and manifest and move forward past them obstacles. But if I'm lacking in my parenting from the jump, then my kid is gonna be venture into this path of what the system has put out there for them to fall into. So that's why I say it starts within the home.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
And okay, and
Period.
my debate to that then still it falls back for me as being a parent and growing up in a household with parents and grandparents. At some point, there's still some form of disciplinary. But I get your
That's the
point of
point
saying,
that you have to
hold on,
take
follow
your-
me.
go
I
ahead,
get
go
your
ahead.
point of saying the physical disciplinary don't have to be involved. But
I'm
you
deeper
saying
than that.
meaning that
I'm deeper
they
than
shouldn't
that, big homie.
have to put their hands on them,
Never.
right?
Why
Okay,
go ahead.
so now again, how is it your fault, my fault, our parents' fault? When me, I chose. I had a choice. Here it is. I'm living two lives. I'm living a double life. I got a football, the baseball equipment in one hand. Then I got a pistol over here on my side at nighttime because I'm out here bounty hunting patrolling. That ain't my parents' fault because my parents are grooming me. They teaching me. They're guiding me in the right way. I chose to drift off and make a choice from dealing with my peers, uh, influencement from my OGs, my big homies, the first generation before me being in the second generation. So the influence watching that, so it became for me enticing and exciting. So what drew me to that world altogether where I drove in and gave 30 years of my life to it and devotion and dedication, only for me was because of the loss of my parents. Other than that, I had a choice in my life where I seen my visual, I finna play professional ball because I was great at it. From the time I was born and birth, I played ball, football, baseball, gymnastics. So I seen my way out and my way in life because that was my dream. My backup plan was either an attorney because I was a debater or a fireman. So this is what I mean by, but we still grow up with choices as a kid to do good and bad.
So let me interject, big homie. So like,
Shoot.
it's like this, right? You gotta look at you. You are one out of many who was able to make that conscientious decision. You gotta look at this a pattern, a systematic pattern. It goes deeper than that. Goes back to generations and generations of this indoctrination of how how to raise our kids. And so, like for example, right? I was just sitting in the project the other day, and a little homegirl, no names, and she's sitting there. Her baby probably 2 years old. Pretty. She can't really talk yet, but she says some little shit. But guess what she like? Bunny under the fire. You feel me? So they parents are bunny, and their mama's a bunny. She gonna be a bunny. He
Because what she see.
right? Exactly. So right, listen to me. So this influence, you get what I'm saying? Now it's so heavy, right? And it's a design system in all different ways. But let's take the bunny hunters out the equation. Let's go. I'm gonna go deep with you, right? A system has been installed since generations and generations on how to raise your kids in the system of the norms. So we see, I think outside the norms now. I didn't before. I was caught up in the matrix. You know what I'm saying? But my third eye is open. So this system that was set up on how to raise our kids is what our parents did, our grandparents did, it's been passed on.
From the South.
From generation to
Which
generation.
was a violent culture.
You get what I'm saying? Whoop your kids. You know what I'm saying? They took on everything. You know what I'm saying? These traits, right? But when I said you should never have to whoop your kids, it's because I was able to get my mind open, my third eye open, right? And I don't blame my peoples that's fucked up. Because some of them is so caught up that they don't know nothing else. They don't see nothing else. You feel me? They had no chance to even open the chakra. You get what I'm saying? But as I sat in the cell, my chakra was able to open. It wasn't at first. I was them. And that's why I'm saying this. At one point, I didn't know nothing, B. Come, you know, I'm bounty hunters, what? Nigga, I don't give a fuck about shit. What you niggas talking about? Nigga, I don't know about God. I don't know about you niggas. I don't know about nothing. My daddy beat my ass, nigga. My homies, I ain't got no money. So there's nothing to eat in the house. You feel what I'm saying?
So let's pause for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting, you brought that up. Let's pause for a minute. And let's take TV Land back then because
I wanted to break this point down because I didn't really
go ahead. Because I want to know how you ended up in prison for that X amount of time where you took on this knowledge and you started self-teaching.
I'm gonna give you. I just want to get this point in about this.
Talk, because you talking your shit. Talk that talk. You know,
this is what I'm reading this book. So the system, you know, is why majority of our kids didn't make the conscious decision that some of us was able to break out of. I wish I was able to break that. I know now to break out to go. I was so talented. I swam in the Junior Olympics. I went to the Junior Olympics when McDonald's was hosted. I shook Mayor Tom Bradley's hand and the Olympic bird. You only gonna do that if you want a medal, right?
Okay.
So, you know, behind sign 2020. But I do know that our parenting system has come from the government. How to raise these children.
Wow.
Keep them in these public schools, keep them stupid, keep them doing this shit that they've been having us on. This slave work, fuck us all up.
Just
separate us, divide us, one religion, one hood,
jumping
one
in
this,
real,
one
just
that.
jumping in real quick, right? Real quick, Dollar, real quick. I must say, during this debate right now, this minute of debate, seconds of debate, you have convinced me with some shit, man, right now. You done broke me down to understand now why you say that and your philosophy and your analogy of it. Because the government, bro, you right.
Government. Mimi Kuzufunza, I studied it.
Haki. Feel me? Haki.
Indio.
So it's
That's
like, come on, talk your shit, man. Talk your shit.
You know, big homie, so like I had to find myself. Even though I still haven't got on that true path of enlightenment, my understanding level, and I'm trying to get there. I'm gonna get there, but my true thinking level, it's all a growth. It's a struggle between good and evil. I don't believe in right and wrong no more. I believe in good and evil. That's it. That's what it is. So I was reading these books, and I was yoking myself with some knowledgeable brothers, you know, because I'm up in here and I'm a leader. I come up under them leading. They was leading the way. They showed me the ropes. I took over as they was gone. I lead the shit now, right? So I'm out here leading shit for the Damu Khan. I'm not the only one. I had keys. There's multiple of us. But I was one of them. Coming down from the level 4 was 180 when I did this 26 years. There was 13-month lockdowns. There's no fucking movement. You're not coming out for shit.
13 months.
13 months. Somebody just couldn't withstand it. I did it. Do 13 months and then come out for 2 months and go right back down for 6 more months.
And not to mention, you're not seeing no sun or none of that.
So
the weather. The only time you know what the weather's like is you ask the CEO.
You behind the walls. So you only coming out for a shower. Cuff you up, take you a shower, 5-minute shower, put you back in the cell, sit. Your tray coming to slop coming to your door. So now I started reading. One day I was sitting in the cell and I just started talking to the spirit. So why the fuck, you know? And the light came on. So I started reading these books. And the books I was reading was like opening my mind to where it just opened up it flooded it. Like, what the fuck? For changed my movements in the prison system to where I was no longer looking at my peoples
from the violent perspective that you was.
From the violent perspective and off to how I was before. You know, when I was pushing, you know, I didn't, you know, what's happening blood, nigga, what? You know what I'm saying? I don't care how big you is, where it go, whatever. I got a knife to inflate you if you too big. You feel me? These paws worked. I was pushing for the B team, but then I started pushing this unity, this understanding. Nigga, what the fuck? Niggas gotta wake up. And on all the yards I was hitting, I was doing it. But let me get to these books. I think I told you before how I read Church of the Matrix, which is a must read by David Icke. I read Chariots of the Gods by Eric Van Daniken, which is a must read.
If you ain't never read any one of these books, then you slipping.
Man, you slip. You need just go open your motherfucking mind. Then I read the 12 Chronicles by Zachariah Sitchin. Some of them, because it's 12 Chronicles. These books is thick and deep, and you got to fucking cipher some shit.
Shit Pac used to talk about.
And I got deep with it, because I was on 13-month lockdowns, reading and going back and reading and writing shit down. And I read this book called The Gardens of Eden by William Bradley. Now, if you don't get this book, it's so cold. Now, watch how I get this book, B. I was in the fucking hole for 6 months. But while I was in the hole, they moved me to another cell. And in the cell, it was all dusty and shit. There was a paperback book about this fucking thick under the bunk in the hole. And I looked, I cleaned the cell up, you feel me? And I grabbed the book. I looked at it. And it was about this fucking thick, I swear to God. And I read that motherfucker. When I read this book, it just had me so like, and this book by William Bradley called The Garden of Eden, it's where he talks about the conscious mind. You feel me? So a lot of my homies thought I was just bonding out and all that. Yeah, I'm a hunter, but I had to open my mind up, educate myself. And in this book, he speaks about how we have to get in touch with our consciousness. And if we can get in touch with our conscious mind, we become like the gods.
Yeah, your inner self.
You feel me? I'm not going to go to religious and political. I'm going to get to the fact of getting your knowledge right and getting your mind right. I started reading these books and like, I even read like the guy, what's his name on YouTube? I mean, on he talks a lot on the black guy. He talks a lot about the foods. He talks about what's going on.
Sadie?
No, not him. I love him. Rest in peace.
Dick Gregory?
He has a podcast show.
Yeah, but he
Dick
always
Gregory?
on the internet. No, he always on his name gonna come to me. But he speaks about things in the past.
Tariq Nasheed?
No.
Oh, he speaks in intuition. He speaks in intuition.
No, he's talking about history. He's talking about what not to eat. He's talking about what the food, the stuff that they putting in this food. You know what I'm saying? And he's telling me, do your fucking research. But he's going back to these books about religion, about life, about what's going on. And some of these things that he's not mentioned, I've already had read before him, talking about it, right? 10, 15 years ago. Like the Bora Bora. He speaks about this book called the Bora Bora. I was like, well, I read that. You feel me? I read the Bora Bora. I read this book. I read that book, right? And you have to understand that what's really going on in the world right now is population control. And if you're not aware, awareness is the key. You know what I'm saying? It's population control.
Awareness is the key. That's a powerful phrase.
And so, when we go to population control, then what we talking about? We're talking about elimination, right? So you have to realize they sitting up in the goddamn office talking about how to downsize the population. So this is why I'm talking about education. This type of education I needed. You got to understand how to read and write. But they was teaching us there's these lies in these histories that was not their history. You feel me? Right now, today, we have so much going on, and it goes to how to raise our kids because you have to educate them. You have to educate them before you allow them to go to these public schools, before they see the goddamn TV, before they see the media. Because then you have a hold on them.
So okay, so jumping in real quick. Like I said, you gave me enlightenment on the perspective or as far as your philosophy on why a parent shouldn't have to come to grips of whooping their kids, basically.
Right.
Putting their hands on them. And I said I agree and disagree. And then you went on so far to a point where you really made a valid point of giving me an understanding because a different perspective of because you mentioned the most powerful name in the world, the most powerful name on this fucking universe to all of us as humans, no matter what race and creed, white, green, black, yellow, orange, it don't fucking matter. This fucker is the government. So it all boiled down to mind control, controlment, just like you say when it comes down to population control. All that's all in controlment.
Mind control.
So what's the most biggest thing and what's the most fastest, powerfulest weapon against us humans now? And what I found out from opening my third eye and allowing my brain to exceed even more in learning is the fact that the media is the most powerful weapon that's against us and fought against us ever in life. Because you know why? What it does? It puts the human mind into inferior to believe. Instead of, like you just said, stepping outside that shit, say, hold on, let me go over here and read some of this. Let me look at this and look at that and make my own judgment.
And the words you use inferior.
So yeah, you're inferior, you scared. So there you go, you got 15 million people on the planet that's scared already, inferior. So you're controlling them.
You know, everything is deep because like I was saying, you know, I was already talking about getting and speaking on some shit. You know, having my little video shit, right? And I'm glad we was able to do it together. You know what I mean? You know, fear is everything. That's what they work on. See, fear is an energy. You know what I'm saying? And if you have a person in fear and this energy, then I can control you. This is the way the government works.
It's easy.
You get what I'm saying? And so the system is set up and designed for us to fail. And so if you're not teaching your kids, as I was saying again, in the household, from the beginning of what they're going to be going up against, then you've already set them up to fail.
Okay, so now bringing me back to my rebuttal to that, of what I was just saying was the reason why I said in this era, this generation, because we have such a generational gap, and because of that government program that has been planted for hundreds of years in our household, like you say, from generation to generation, now it's a generational gap where even that government plan was taken out and reversed to where you can't discipline your child now. Your mom and daddy hit you, you call me. Get on the phone, call me. We gonna arrest their ass. We coming to get them. So it's reversed, right? Hold on, follow me, right? So it's reversed. So now look, how do you discipline from a psychological and a mental standpoint to a child who's growing up in the world of this digital world, is what I call it, living in this world, right? To where, how do you talk to them? There is no talking. And then not only that, because of the generational gap again, these parents, which quote unquote, most parents aren't like our parents, a couple. They're not married. They're not parents. It's a parent. You feel me? And a baby daddy or a sperm donor.
And I'm also
so it's not parents. So it's a big difference. So can't no woman verbally and psychologically discipline a little boy.
It's hard for her to raise him.
I can't see it without her putting her hands on him and not gaining her respect as that mother, and still be the mother to him and the feminine and give that nurture love of mother. So it's like, damn, how do we win? Damn, we lose, damn, we win, because now, okay, first we were government controlled from a program that grew us up. Right? Now they took that program and reversed the program to the point where there's laws and rules now. We run your kids and they listen to us.
And see, you on point, B. Look.
Talk to me.
So now it went from, as you say, we was getting the system. They put that system in to beat your kids, and now they're taking it out. What happens is now you put the kids, it's another system now, because now the kids, you know, are able to do what the fuck they want. So now there's a whole different control now. It's a whole different mess, a whole different chaos now. You feel me? Young now, they're having more kids.
That's my point. So how do we gain?
Here's the thing, right? That was all done by design. This is why I said you should never have to whoop your child. Here's where we get able to break that at. We have to attack. We have to go to the young. We have to get out in force and start talking to the young mothers. You get what I'm saying? We need to get out in force and start talking to these knucklehead ass young niggas, you feel me, that do listen to us. You got no money, don't fucking want to hear you. But we get out in force and we bring them in. We start telling them what the fuck they need to do. Nigga, you got kids over here, nigga, you need to start engaging them. But here's the thing: when there's no funds, man.
Well, people need an income, though, too.
This is what I'm saying.
That's
When
the
there's,
main.
you
That's
see
the
what I'm saying? So when
main
there's no
formula.
fund, but I'm just telling
The main
you the problem.
formula.
Because if
But when
a
there's
lot
no
of these
funds,
women, they're gone.
exactly.
Even if they're trying to be good mother, they at work, they
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah, or don't have the funds.
Or I mean, they're gone.
Yeah.
The kid is alone. Like
Yeah.
I started 8
I'm
years
saying
old,
they're
I was being home
struggling.
alone all day.
That's
Yeah.
my listen, Al. This is my point. When I say generational gap, this is what
Right.
pinpoint exactly what you just said, right? And this is my point. Like I said, I got to the point of my growth when I came out of my gangster life, and I self-retired myself, and I came to grips with myself. That damn, man, I've been genociding my own kind, my own people, all these years
Right.
and
You have
decades
that
of my life,
understanding
right?
now.
So when I came out of that, and I started understanding what do I do? How do I help save others, and how do I give back to my people? So just like it's like itself. I feel like for any of us G's that's out there in TV land, any of us G's, the best way how for us to be giving back to any of these communities is doing what we're doing right now, to sit here and be able to express, teach, and give the knowledge of past tense, present, and future to these youngers. Because at the end of the day, it's gonna be their decision, man. It's hard.
No,
When,
I got
follow me though. It's hard when you done took all these programs from us as a defense mechanism, and now you want us to be able to control this new generation X who's out of control because you allow them to be out of control. When I say you, the government, you gave them the key and told them, fuck us, fuck our parents. We don't got to listen to them. So now they self-teach themselves, and they grow up because half of them don't go to school.
Now they grown.
They're not educated, so they grown. So that gap comes in where the teaching wasn't there. So my point, I get to the point where I say, you know what? I understand and I don't understand to a certain extent, because it's like you can't hold them accountable in a lot of the shit that they do because the generational gap of not being taught.
Now you see what I was
That's
saying
what it all
earlier.
boiled down to. Like, how can you be mad at this heifer who raised 5 kids, 4 of them was boys and 1 was a daughter, and she tried to do her best when she was taught by bitches?
Yeah.
She wasn't taught by women. She didn't have a big mama. She didn't have an auntie Cree. She didn't have an auntie Keisha. She was taught by bitches who portrayed that role as women, and they didn't know better because they wasn't taught. So it's a big generational gap. Same as niggas. Niggas was taught by niggas, not men. We grew up with men, uncles. Uncle Junebug will whoop that ass for his sister. You get out of line. All she had to do was get on folks, hey, this fool just disrespected me. Junebug pulling right up, Cadillac and all, and whooping ass. So when you take that system away from what we had, I'm just trying to really feather them on your philosophy of there shouldn't be no physical discipline.
No, see, if you hear me out, you hear what I'm saying, right? I think me and Al talked about this before when I came home. I wrote this in my book, B. You know, and I'm really staying firm on how, you know, it should be done, you know, and it should be done humbly. You feel me? But you have to understand, and with no buts, you have to understand that where we have to, there's an attack that has to be applied. And the attack has to be at a certain age level. We have to reach a certain age level that we can catch. Because we got to catch the babies. You can't catch the ones that's far gone.
Now that part I can agree with.
So, and this is what I speak about in my book. So what we have to do is we need a school where we are engaging, okay, and we are educating how to raise the kids. Where you don't have to be physical with them, because listen, I've been around some people some of my homegirls who are very humble, and they have a daughter, and she never had to touch her. And she on purpose. Same reason, but she don't have she don't have the full understanding I have, but she has some. And I was like, you don't. And so what I'm getting at, big homie, is this. If you start while they babies, you feel me? And you implying and instilling these jewels in them the right way, you won't have to put your hands on them. Discipline will come when you say, hey, come here. You know, I told you. You feel me? And so, you know, I even do it with my grandkids. My daughter does it. She don't whoop them, but she don't have the full understanding, the knowledge all the way I have.
I don't think it's.
Listen, she got 6. Hear me out, big one. She got 6 kids, bro. 6. 4 of them are girls. Right?
No, what I was going to say is I applaud that. I think that's That's extraordinary, man, because
like if you got your baby, that's what I'm saying. I wish I could start over with my son.
right, because that's what I'm just saying in my mind, like, damn, I'm telling you really touched me with
Because
this shit,
I
bro.
would have
it
my
makes so
son.
much sense.
Watch this.
You know?
I wouldn't have to put my hands on him, champ, because he 1 year old. He already get love. He hugging. When he turned 2, I'm already engaging him. You know what I'm saying? I'm I'm instilling these jewels in him already.
But that's what we do anyway, though.
But hear what I'm saying,
but
right?
without the physical discipline,
and when
right?
we was installing, and then we still was around by them doing shit, right? I'm saying now the knowledge that a nigga have. I would take my son and my daughter and I would install and drop these jewels on them. They would be so fucking sharp, I would never have to put my hands on them. I know it because I'm engaging them so firmly. But most of the parents that's growing up with your homegirls, with the homie, got PTSD too. They can't sit still. They tired. They don't want, and they haven't. They didn't have the knowledge of this. So when the kid turns to terrible too, he already, and she tired of just sitting in school. So therefore, you sent him to the system. You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
But if you have the time and have the understanding, that's where we come in. We get to school, we start educating them. Baby, you got to sit down with him when you had this baby. When you finna drop this baby. You know what I'm saying? And we engaging them. He 1 now. Ooh, he can already or she can already be there. And because the love. So now actually let me from 3, 4, you start dropping different jewels on them. You know what I'm saying? Come here. So now when you go into the school.
Now the more and more you talk about it, right?
Yeah.
The more and more you engage in conversation about it.
You feel me a little different?
I'm feeling you even more and more because now what it does, right? You know what? Just sitting here listening to you just at this point in time,
right?
I reflect on other races. I go, damn, wait a minute. He make a good point because
that's what
Chinese, Japanese, Korean, just the name, you know, not no racial barrier, just the name off some ethnic groups, right? How many of their cultures raise their children and they raise their kids? They ain't never been disciplined physically.
No.
Good kids, all the way, and respect their parents, love their parents, honor their parents, go to school. It's like you got a lot of cultures who dictate the position of their children, where you headed,
what's going on,
where you headed with your life.
They like this. He 2, we over here like this. Just saying, she over here. Who?
Yeah, it's a big difference.
So how you expect them to go up and do
right, bro? No, hey,
this is what's going on. But she don't know no better.
Boy, you really educated motherfucker on some shit today on that one. Though, that makes a whole lot of sense, bro. Because I'm just saying, like, everything China do, man. China do some of the most.
Right.
That damn whole country, period, bro. Is like, it's just saying like everybody in that country is geniuses, from the kids on up. Because like you said, they kids don't play games. No. They learning how to make tables, cook food, and kindergarten.
Getting them prepared.
Their whole education system is different from us. Their parenting system is different from us. It all stuff for their household. They ain't in there looking at. They only got right now. They made a ruling in China. They just shut down the video gaming.
Yep.
You got 2 hours. That's a wrap. We catch a video game on in this bitch here.
Over here is like a babysitter.
You feel what I'm saying?
As opposed to getting you ready for life.
So now you make a great damn good point, because there's other cultures that do just what you just said. They program their kids without having to never even touch it, put their hand on it.
And it's good that you brought up other things like this, because you have to look at this too, right? Even the kids that are going to school our kids are receiving a lesser education than the elite. So they already have a step ahead of us. And then we already a step behind us back when we come out the womb. So that put us 2 steps behind. Because the level of education that the elite is receiving is so superior over the education that our children are getting, even if our children are going to private schools, because they're taught a different system, you know, and they are engaging their kids, bro. And that's what we have to do with ours. You feel me? But the knowledge has to be there. So that's what we come in at. We need to get out in full force, and we need to start educating. You feel me? On how to parent. You feel me? And then our kids will go and start going to school, knowing what's up, start getting in politics where we making changes. So now reverting funds back to our neighborhood.
So now basically now that's what leads me to this.
That makes it more work
in
in
the word funding.
Community.
So now that's where funding should come in place, and funding should be utilized for programs for parenting.
And for parenting.
To teach parents how to parent.
Right.
Teach
our
young,
way, not their system.
Yeah, teach, like you said, our way. The system where you don't have to physically do anything to your child. You can psychologically speak to them, talk to them, teach them, and groom them. But it has to be from the household in order for them to withstand in the educational system.
You
It's a
gotta tell them
combination.
that, man, look, kid, you ain't got no time for no talking toys. Ice Cube was saying it. I mean, Scarface said it way back then. Even some of the rap songs we hear shit or scenes you on, even the movies, they put shit out. But the only time you would see shit is if your third eye's open. But Scarface said it back then when he said, I buy my son, he said, I don't buy him jewelry and clothes and Tonka toys, because them Tonka toys would only punk my boy. I don't, looking at life, you feel me? Because that's what's going to hinder them. Now that they, their life's on the phone, the game, or whatever it is, it's going to hinder them.
Right.
You feel me? So off the dribble, you gotta let them know what's happening. Look, you're gonna be going against this. But the choices are yours. That's when you give them the choices. You know what I'm saying? We got family. Our kids are growing up and being forced to be in religion because their parents are in the religion. No matter what religion it is.
Right. Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So this is what I'm bringing to you about, that the system has done. It divided us, bro. The Willie Lynch theory, divide and conquer. You get what I'm saying? And so the only thing that I agreed with them devils, what they said when they had a pledge to their flag, was united we stand, divided we fall. And
just
so,
them 2 words.
You feel me? That's all I agreed with up in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? The fuck? But if you not teaching your children, that we a cruel fucking world. They're going to be facing racism. They're going to be facing sexual harassment. They're going to be facing niggas in their face. With the girls, you're going to be out here, nigga. They're going to police, going to harass you, nigga. They're going to treat you like shit. That's the fuck we got to be teaching our kids. You got to go and get it, son. You got to understand where you go with the education that the other shit they teach you is lie. You need the knowledge, nigga, so you can get the right job to get you in position. So once we start doing that with our children, you should never have to put your hands on your kid.
And you heard it right here, man, on the Al Prophet Show, on the ROE 2024 show, man. Rules of engagement. Nino Cappucino, a.k.a. Bonnie Hunter BJ, and Big Stretch Dog, man.
I need a real smoke break.
So Stretch, like real quick,
Go ahead,
real quick. Don't take it. Real quick, man. Take us down memory lane real quick and explain and express to them out there, how did it come about? Because you went through your transitions, most of us do, coming up out of those poverty-stricken areas, end up getting time. How did you end up having to walk a yard for 26 straight years, bro?
Right.
And that's commendable because a lot of average niggas can't do it. They crack, they fold, or they come home the other way, like Bobby Shmurda.
Yeah, or medication.
They come home like Bobby Shmurda. Yeah. And I used to like old Bobby, man, but I'm tired of looking at you do all this shit, Bobby. Right. But anywho, how did it take place, man? How did you end up catching your case and your time and end up with 26?
I went to prison for a crime I did not fucking commit. And them devils knew it. And that's another thing that we need to talk about, which is the system. The system. Where they cramming in mass incarceration, locking us in here, cramming us in these prison systems. We're not receiving adequate representation by these fake-ass public pretenders.
Say that again.
You know what I'm saying? Inadequate representation by these fake-ass public pretenders. You know what I'm saying?
Which means if your money not right, when you go to jail, you out here doing criminal elements, that's your representation.
You're going to get railroaded.
And it's a system of representation. They not for you, they for them.
They getting the check regardless.
Yeah, they sit in there, drink coffee, tea, Here, this is what I'm gonna do. Hey, good morning. Here go, this how they do. This the DA, I'm the defense. Me and Stretch sit down. Oh yeah, Mr. W, yeah, Mr. Johnson. Here go my stack of files.
What's your fucking case though?
Yeah, I give him 3, he give me 2. And that's the case for the day. And that's real talk, bro. That's not no bullshit.
So if you niggas gonna commit crimes, you know what I'm saying? You better have some money stacked up, have a lawyer who still might dick you, but he might got action.
Yeah, but have some outside representation.
Because you're gonna get fucking railroaded. But yeah, I did 26 years for a crime I did not commit.
Wow.
Not only did I not commit the crime, the district attorney knew I did not commit the crime. So she fabricated a story with the sole alleged victims.
So how hard and stressful was that, bro, to have to lay down for all those, for 2 decades and 6 years?
Yeah.
To lay down and still fight from the inside to the outside, because I'm sure you was trying to knock down your appeals and get the appeals turned around. Because this is some bullshit, especially with no vital evidence suppressed against you to be able to put you in that position. Because we all know how this shit go. Because it happened to most of us. It's all based on your past. They booked you from past. Yes. They booked you from.
And then it became personal.
Yeah, bias.
It became biased because I was a young nigga, right? But you know. You remember me flamboyant, making moves, the homies love to like to the nigga, G homies like to the new niggas love the nigga, because the nigga was following the footsteps of y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I was posting bonds at a young age that she thought the nigga couldn't touch. That made her become mad. You know what I'm saying? And obsessed with a case that she knew was false. So what happened was I sold this nigga that was smoking crack. I sold him some dope. He came in the parking lot. He didn't like the dope. He came by himself. He left and came back within like less than 2-3 minutes. But when he pulled up, Harry-O, who I just left, that's crazy. I love H.O. Was just with H.O. G-Real big brother Harry-O. He on everybody about to go pass out some food to the kids, you know, to pass out the little. So H.O. When the nigga left, Harry-O walked by me. And he said, here. And he had me his design. So he was like, said some shit, and he went across the street. I said, okay, cool. Which was a blessing because in 2 minutes, the nigga comes back. When he pull up, he pulls in the parking lot. He don't see me because I move locations, B. I'm on the wall like this, and when I see the nigga pull up, guess what he do?
Oh, tell me to turn the shit to a 211.
He go in the glove compartment and put a pistol on his hip, B. So I'm watching him. I'm like, this nigga strap.
So that was a good thing. The homie
had just had me.
You would have been slipping.
I'd have been slipping. So when the homie had me at 3-5 thing, I'm watching him. I said, damn, we got the car. I said, hey, champ, you looking for me? He said, yeah, man, I don't like to throw your money back. I said, nigga, you come back with a pistol in it. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? You know where you at? Yeah, you know I got a pistol on me. I said, nigga, I saw you put it on your hip. But then when I say that to him, he kind of stared like he was like, and I whip, boom, nigga, what? Give me that. And I took the pistol from him. All right? Told him to leave. He left. Unbeknownst to me, the car belongs to his ex-wife. He still works. He just get a little high. She don't really know. The gun in the glove compartment is hers. It's registered to her. Okay? I find out this later. So the nigga leaves, calls her and tells her he got robbed at the gas station and they took her gun. You know, tell the truth.
Oh, wow.
So she say, well, you know, he tell her, because he get cases and all. He say, well, you know I can't say I had the gun. He on parole and things. She say, okay. She calls the police and file a fake police report and say she was with him at a gas station and 2 people robbed her and him. Right? Check this out. They arrest me, right? Got her gun out the trash can and arrest me. Take me in, charge me with the case. Lose the gun, get the gun back to them, dismiss the case, and then refile on me.
Yeah, I remember
because
that.
they was mad because I posted a $70,000 bill.
Bailed out, yeah.
Right, and they was mad. So now when I post bond, she locks me back up and then dismiss the case, knowing that I was thinking that I couldn't touch the bail again because it was $7,000 bail. Within 5 months, the homies put, maybe less than that, the homies put the money together for me. It was various homies. They came together with the 7,000. You know, shout out to someone, rest in peace. Beasley, Big Green Eyes, Phil. All the niggas came through. My brother, Lil Stretch, they came with the money. You know what I'm saying? My ex had put the house up the first time, but the second time, Grandpa put the house up. So when I bailed back out, she dismissed the case, refiled on me, BJ. I go to trial. I get a 9-3 hung jury. 9 jury members said not guilty. The witness, the wife, and the husband take the stand. They say, did you get robbed? The guy say, yeah. Do you see the guy in court today? Dude said, no. The DA said, what? You picked this picture out of a 6-pack. He said, I picked any picture because y'all kept harassing me. That ain't the man that robbed me. This in court, bro, in trial.
Sound like some Woody shit.
Listen, they asked about the gun. Said, we released the gun. Where's the gun? We don't have it.
Wow.
You know what they said? The judge said, man, you try this again, the man got 9-3 hung jury. I got dismissal, 9-3 hung jury.